Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest right now, she's in Sacramento, California. Gina Miles, Team Niall, season 23, The Voice, NBC. Check it out. New shows every Monday and Tuesday, 8/7 Central, and on Peacock the next day. Hi, Gina. Welcome back.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I didn't want to take a break there. We were in such a good, having such a good conversation, but let's pick it back up. You're 18, you're 19 now. You were 14. Is that when you really started singing? You said you were playing and you sang in different venues. Was that really when you started your musical, or were you musical way before then?
So my dad's a DJ, and he has been like my whole life. So that was definitely like a big part of my life. And I did choir and things, but I never took it seriously or started writing till I was like 12 or 13. So I'm a little bit later than most people when they like start singing out of the womb. That was not me. I wasn't a singer. I wasn't
That's okay,
trying
because
to.
everybody has that story, and yours is original. So let's go with that one.
No, people who started singing out of the womb. You
I
guys are
never
awesome.
believe them when they say that. I never believe them anyway. So
I'm sure that sometimes you see like the little videos of the toddlers singing and
yeah.
I believe that they really were. So but not me. I got a little bit of a later start. Um but I did choir and things, and me and my sister are attached at the hip and we always would sing together. But I didn't start writing terrible songs, but I did start writing them until I was like 12 or 13. And then gigs at 14, and then it just kind of had its own way after that.
I like this story and the idea, I guess, the thought of your dad being a DJ. What kind of music did he play? Was he like an original DJ? He did his own stuff, or did he play like weddings and bar mitzvahs, or did he do all of it? Because you probably have
So
to.
he started when he was 19.
Okay.
Um,
What's his
he
name?
his name's Ryan Gailey. Um, but maybe find him around.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna look up
but
and see if I can find any of his mixes.
but yeah, he did clubs and everything and that sort of biz. And then he had two girls, so he had to kind of put it on the back burner for a bit. So then he switched to things like weddings, bar mitzvahs, for fun events and stuff like that. But he would always take us with him, and we would help set up. And then
How
when I
old
got a
was
little, oh, we were babies when we would go to gigs because you can't always get a babysitter, you know. So you gotta just take us with him. We just like sit.
did you
Sometimes we go
wear?
to
Sorry,
the headphones.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, did you wear? I got so many questions about this. Did you wear earplugs and headphones and all that?
Yeah, when we were younger, we would wear them, but and then when I got a bit older, I would start going to gigs with my dad and setting up and learning how to put together the sound systems and um, writing playlists and making playlists for weddings and stuff. I was never one to announce things though. That was always my dad, because I would announce things and people would be like, "Is somebody talking?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so my dad would just have to do it. But yeah, it's super fun.
You guys you grew up, or you were born and raised part of your life in Illinois? Where in Illinois? What
It's
town?
in central Illinois. It's called Paxton. It's a
Paxton.
really tiny town, but it's a central Illinois area.
And you would dream about what? What would you dream about when you were in Paxton, Illinois? Little girl, not too long ago.
I really liked my life there. You know, I did sports. I sang choir. I had the best group of friends, and I have the most supportive family. So I really had a pretty simple growing up life, and um, I just when I started singing and writing, I just really dreamt of being somewhere where there were people like me, and and not to say that there was anything wrong with the small town life, because I definitely don't hate on it, but I wanted a little bit more um, when I was there, and I think it helped me be who I am now, to have the place that I grew up in, and the people that I grew up around. I think it really made me who I am now. So
Yeah, there's something about a small town and having people that love you around you. Something about that I think is a great foundation for when you go to a bigger city like Sacramento. What was that like for you when you moved to Sacramento first?
It was a shock. It was
Uh,
definitely a big, just not even just from the city, but just moving this like states like Illinois to California. Such a culture shock, such a different environment. But I really embraced it. I've been here for about a year. Super, super into California now. Definitely a full California girl. And I really like it here. But it was different. It was different, and it took some getting used to it, but I'm into it now.
mm. Well, you have your first EP out. I just want to tell listeners when we came back in from the break. Gina Miles of the Voice Blind Editions. We just came in with the one that got away, and we're gonna go out to break here in a moment with somebody that I used to know. You did a great job on that one. That was the Voice Knockouts. All right, so I'm kind of asking these questions here coming up right now a little bit late, and I'm going to ask Kala the same questions. Who turned their chairs for you, Gina?
It was Kelly and Niall for
Okay,
me.
who did you choose?
I chose Niall for my coach.
Why?
So obviously, like, he's Niall Horan. He's awesome, and he's a legend in the industry. But in the moment, he was so adamant, so clear of his vision for me, and I felt very wanted and supported. He has a very like gentle like warmth about him, and I was just like, this man knows how to handle me being really nervous.
Yeah.
And he had talked about that he had experienced similar things when he started out, and I felt really seen as a person, as an artist, and it felt like a really, really good decision. It just felt right with me. So I don't regret my decision for 1 second. I'm really happy that he chose me and I got to choose him as well.
That's great. From what I hear, he's a nice guy. I'm going to tell you a little personal story. So I used to own a restaurant in Santa Barbara, and one of the ladies that worked there, one of the servers, was dating him.
Oh
They grew up together from back home, and she was dating him
my
long distance. And this is when they blew up. The whole band blew up, and he came by to pick her up at the restaurant, and it was just mobbed. It was just crazy how many people loved him, and everyone, nobody knew. The server never told anybody. She never told anyone. But I thought, I've always had a good impression of him from that experience. He was just a nice guy, seemed like a nice guy. And
he is. He's an amazing person as well as a coach. He's just a really swell guy, and I have nothing but nice things to say.
other than him really seeing you, which is wow. I mean, that's how often does that happen? When someone really sees you, sees who you are as a person, as an artist. What have you learned so far from the coaching? Can you say, like something you'll take with you forever?
He's really like, especially for me, he's super gentle and not very pushy, but he's really instilled in me that confidence and being confident is not a bad thing. It supports your singing, it supports your artistry, and a lot of the things that he said to me over the time that I've got to work with him is nothing but support, and trusting in yourself helps other people trust in you, you know?
Mhm.
That's such a big philosophy and things I've taken away from him, and he's super helpful to me because I have no especially when I started the show, I really had no confidence that I would make it as far as I've made it. So he's definitely helped me a lot with confidence and not being so shy. But even though I'm working on it still, but
Well, it
it's
doesn't
helped.
doesn't come off that way, but just be who you are, because I think that's what is drawing your audience and your new fans and to you. You just be who you are. I think he's given you great advice. You sang, there was a line, I want you to know who I am. Finish that sentence for me.
I just
Oh, sorry,
what's
that was Kala's song,
like
wasn't it? What a way to introduce her. I stole her line and I gave it to you, but So well, we might as well welcome her since she's here. Hi, Colin. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I'm sorry I just took your line. You know why I did that? Because yeah, you guys are teammates. Because we switched for the listener, Colin got a little tied up on the road, hit some traffic. So I swapped around and then I messed up my question there. That's the question for you. Let's save it for you. I think Gina, sorry about that. Gina did a great job, I think, telling us who she was just a little bit. And I think we're I just love getting to know you. And now I get to know you. So Gina, you're gonna you're gonna hang out a little bit with us, right? You're gonna hang out through this?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Good, good. More the merrier. What's it like to see each other?
So good.
Did you just-
My best friend.
Yep.
So,
the two of you, best friends?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
very close. Yeah.
How lucky to get both of you on the same show. I don't know if I knew that. So that's very cool.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Well, let me do this. Let's take a break and we'll come back and introduce you properly. Colin, Gina, hang out. And at the very end here, maybe I can get some questions out of both of you here. Okay. So we're going to go to break right now. Let's make sure I got the song right because I'm not doing so well here. We're going to go to break with the, well, I don't know. You'll find out when you listen. I'm all mixed up, but I can tell you what we're going to come in with. Gina Miles, who we just spoke with, her original incredibly impatient. That doesn't describe you to me, Gina, from what I know, but incredibly impatient. I love the song. The music video is terrific. Go check it out on YouTube. We're going to come back with that in just a moment. And don't worry, Colin, I've got Your Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. I end the show with that one. Very, very, very beautiful. All right, we'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that.